Y'all, welcome back to the Bunny Barn. I am back with another Metal Around the World video. I am so sorry it took me too long, to post this out, and I really have no excuses. This is like right now, if you hear like a bunch of noise from outside, because I have all the doors open. There's a screen door, obviously, that's closed. But my parents are renting out the front house, and we've been going through a lot of maintenance with the front house to get it ready to rent it out next month. And there's some people that might come by later on. I'm home alone, so there's some people that might come by later on, leaving applications, just to let you know real quick what's been going on. Anyways, if you guys don't know what Metal Around the World is, I know I have some new subscribers. Thank you so much. Metal Around the World is just where I just talk about some bands from a different country, and that's it. But I excluded the United States. I was going to exclude Great Britain because there's a lot of bands from there too that are very popular. Obviously, Black Sabbath is like the main one. And there's more, don't get me wrong. There's a whole bunch more. But I think I'm going to add them after all. I am keeping out the US just because, come on, look where majority of the bands come from. So, anyways, yes. Moving on, and how I talk about these bands. Really, I just talk about what I liked and what I thought was weird, and that's it. I'm not a musically, I don't know the, like terms of music, like riffs and all that. I just say, oh, well, I like this. I'm just a normal person who just likes heavy metal music. I'm not in a band or anything. If I could be, I would so want like that Taylor Mom's and Gritty voice. But other than that, I am not musically talented. I just like hearing heavy metal. So anyways, let's continue with this, shall we? Okay. So everybody must already know the band Trust. I'm looking down at my notes that I just can't organize. Trust is like early metal. I hear Dave Mustaine from Megadeth always talks about them sometimes in his interviews. I know his song Trust was influenced by them, I guess. I'm not sure. But it's kind of like, it sounds a little thrash to me too, a little bit. Late 70s they came from. They're okay in my opinion. Now remember, just because if I don't like something or they're okay doesn't mean I'm not telling you to not check them out. Absolutely not. Do whatever the hell you want. Don't. Just because I like something or I don't like something doesn't mean you are, and I am in no way trying to change your opinion on it whatsoever. But anyways, let's continue. ADX, my friend Slane McRoth told me about this here on YouTube. He has a channel too. Go check him out, especially if you speak German. But he told me about this band and their speed metal or thrash. I don't know. They both sound the same to me. No offense, don't yell at me, speed metal and thrash people, please. You all know there's that one subgenre that you think sounds like another one, so don't give me that. Anyways, they're pretty cool. I like them. I was definitely enjoying myself listening to them while I was sewing. They really get me pumped. I do like them a lot. I definitely recommend them more than Trust. I'm sorry if there's Trust fans out there, but yeah, I just like ADX better. So, Bulls In The Nursery, they are like a progressive technical death metal band, at least from what I searched. I did not pick that up from Spotify. I picked it up from somewhere else while looking for more information about them. I know my friend Thomas, who's French, he told me to add that into my into my list, because I believe the guitar player was his teacher or something. I think Bulls In The Nursery, they're like one of those bands where they have like an album here and there, because there was somewhat of a gap in their timeline of music. Okay, I'm looking it up for you. Yeah, there's a huge gap. Okay, Lunatic was the one I listened to. They have a demo called Impact that came out in 2001, and Equanimity, which is 2015. So they're still together. It's just like, they just get around here and there, I guess, which is nothing wrong with it. But their lyrical themes are kind of more like death, abstract, progressive, and humanity, as I'm reading right here. Their current label is unsigned. Yeah, I just basically read off the internet for you guys. Fairyland is a power metal band. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got bored listening to them, and I couldn't listen to them. It was just really boring. Typical power metal band. Because I generally tend to aim more for power metal. I'm open, obviously, to all subgenres of heavy metal. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally open to them. But I mostly notice I aim for, like, you know, that power metal area. But Fairyland was just boring to me. I am sorry if I am offending anybody who's a Fairyland, you know, fan. But yeah, I couldn't get into it. But I did get into Nightmare. Nightmare I did like. Their power metal as well. Their lead vocalist is a female. I thought her vocal was more like on the death metal. It's more on the grittier side, basically. So when I was listening to Nightmare, I was like, this cannot be power metal. I mean, her voice really threw me off. But when I was listening to more and more, and I was like, okay, I could see it. Yeah, obviously, okay. But I did like Nightmare a lot. Manzer is like a black thrash metal band. They have like this really cool cover album art of like a horse pirate. Thought that was really cool. I enjoyed listening to them. Highly recommend them. The next band is Acme or Acme. I am not sure. Is a new metal band. They tend to be France's more popular band because, you know, it's new metal. They are a new metal band. I've enjoyed a few of their songs to listen to. Yeah, they sound new metal. I don't know what else to say about them. Also really hard when you gotta be reading the translation of the lyrics, and then you get tired of reading it, so you just kind of get tired and you just want to enjoy their language and not care what they say at the end of the day. Mutilation. Now, I heard Wyatt X Him talk about them. The link he left below to the album I didn't really enjoy, but I did enjoy the other one. Oh god, I forgot the name of it. Vampires of Black Imperial Blood. That one I did enjoy. Obviously, it's very vampire-ish inspired like, and I'm all for it, especially if you could get the vampire dark and not pop or overly romantic. I mean, I get it, some vampires are romantic, don't get me wrong, but when you go Twilight or Vampire Diaries on me, fuck you. Whoever fucking wrote Stephanie Myers and all that, fuck you guys. Fuck you and your fucking money. Whatever, bitches, you go on and get your money. But anyways, yeah, but it's definitely, you know, brings me back to like more of the darker side of vampires for sure, and I'm glad they went that route. And now if only we could get like werewolf inspired metal, so that would be cool. There's probably is a band out there and I need to look for it. But anyways, totally recommend them, especially if you like really dark, gritty, angry, hateful kind of metal. You're really going to enjoy this probably, especially if you like also vampires, so why not give it a try. Here's a name for you guys. Anorexia Nervosa. I don't come up with these people. Anyways, symphonic black metal, not bad. I like them. You know, definitely hear the classical gothiness, and I tend to like that. I mean, that's the reason why I like Cradle of Filth. But by the way, I haven't heard anything of any of their new stuff, but I know a lot of people are talking shit. I'm way behind on that band, and I get the feeling I don't want to hear their new stuff. But anyways, off topic. But yeah, Anorexia Nervosa is pretty cool. They have like, you know, that symphonic feeling to them. What else can I say about them? Definitely a band I probably need to listen to more of, because I will admit I didn't listen to that much of them. But I'm not gonna lie, in a way sometimes I get a little when I was listening to them, it was kind of like Fairyland, like it just was getting me kind of bored. There'll be a song here and there I like from an album, but then I'll just get kind of bored listening to them. But the other band, F's, I hope I'm saying that right, that's the next band. They're like all over the place with their genres, subgenres, which is fine, cool, no problem. They're like 1 minute like groove metal, and then they're like progressive, no, alternative, I mean. Well, they might have progressive. And what was the other one? Deathcore. When I have to say, I enjoy listening to their stuff. I'm not like a hardcore fan of them, but I enjoy listening to their stuff. And again, they have a song called Bulimia. What is up with the French and eating disorders? Like what is it? Yeah, you'll hear a girl at the end throwing up, just to let you know. I saw some live videos of them. They were pretty cool. Forgot to listen to this one. I just noticed I didn't even check it off. When I don't check off something on here, it means I forgot to listen to it. Death Spell Omega, if it helps, some people said a lot of their later work was more better. So if that helps in any way, maybe if you want to listen to their stuff, listen to the more of the later stuff. But that is it for you guys, for France at least. Usually I give you guys like a little fact about each country. I feel like France we know a lot about. I will say this though, I love their horror movies. Even though a lot of the times it isn't really French, they got to get funded by some other country. Like Invincible, I think, was funded by Belgium, and Martyrs was funded by Canada or something like that. I don't know, it was something like that. But I love their horror movies. They're really good. Next country up is Greenland. This is probably going to be a quick video